Hey, what's up, everyone? And welcome to a special edition of Rabbit and Red Reviews. I'm Eric, and today's a special edition because we are going to be doing an unboxing and uncorking of Glenallachie 12-year-old single malt Scotch. I have never had this before, so this is going to be a review in which I taste this for the first time and share my initial thoughts, tell you a little bit about the value, and give you a score on this whiskey. The reason that I'm going to be reviewing this today, as some of you may have seen who visit other whiskey channels here in the Whiskey Tube universe, the Ralphie, who has been doing videos now on whiskeys for over 10 years, named this his 2018 Whiskey of the Year, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on this recently. So this should be a really good time and interesting review. So here's a take a look at the bottle here. I am going to open this now and pour a little bit in my glass, and then I'll tell you a little bit about this before we get into the nose, taste, and finish. All right, so get this off here. All right, here we go. Nice cork pop. Okay, pour a nice dram here. All right, so Glenallachie 12-year-old is a 46% ABV. It says here explicitly that it's natural color and that it's non-chill filtered. So these are all encouraging signs for a 12-year, for any whiskey really. But so here's what they have to say about this whiskey. Under the guidance of Master Distiller Billy Walker, a process of slow fermentation, precise distillation, long maturation, and the finest cask from around the world delivers this fantastic single malt as natural as the rocky place it hails from. So, interesting. I guess Glenallachie literally means from the Valley of the Rocks. So this is a Speyside Scotch. So I do expect it to have some of the similar profile of some Speysiders. But on the back here, it does talk a little bit more about the bottle itself. It says the color is polished bronze, has some tasting notes, which I will actually avoid reading for now, and we'll just give it a taste ourselves. Yes, so it means Valley of the Rocks, and a little bit more information on here, including Glenallachie has been a hidden gem for many years and was almost unheard of until we took it back into our private ownership. Now you're not only heard of it, you know what it means and how to pronounce it. Well, that's good. That's some good info there. Okay, so pretty interesting box. Purple's not a color you normally see with a lot of single malts, but okay, well, without further ado, let's get into this. So take a look at the color. They claim it's polished bronze, but as I mentioned, this is natural color, so this is a pretty nice looking Scotch here. Pretty healthy dram of it. Okay. So on the nose, initially getting some kind of fruit sweetness. It's almost like pear, perhaps a little bit of like apricot as well. This is aged in Oloroso, Virgin Oak, White Oak, and Pedro Jimenez casks. So I do expect it would have a bit of a sherried influence, which I am picking up here on the nose. There's also a little bit of a spice to it. It's a wood spice to some degree, but I also want to say it's almost like ginger. Also getting some kind of toffeed, maybe a butterscotch. It's very pleasant, not overpowering. It does have some similar qualities to the nose of Glenlivet to some degree. A bit of a floral as well. Really nice. Okay. And there's some green apple there too. That's what I'm also picking up. Let's give this a taste, Salancha. Wow. So on the taste itself, definitely getting like darker fruits this time. It's really, really good though. Raisins, kind of like plum, that toffeed butterscotch is there to a degree, vanilla. As it develops, getting a little bit of hints of chocolate, be a slight mint too. Wow, it's really quite good. The fruits aren't there as much. The ones I picked up on the nose, I'm getting more now like, besides the plum and raisin, I almost want to say like banana to some degree. A little bit of a caramel too, but a really full mouthfeel. As it developed, it kind of dries, and into the finish is actually quite drying, about a medium length finish. But it's definitely got kind of like a dried cinnamon, a little bit of oakiness here as well on the finish. Maybe like a raw honey to some degree. It is quite drying and it is a bit short, but all in all, pretty good. Like I said, this is an unchill filtered and natural color, and so I do appreciate the natural presentation of this. Let's give this another try. Yeah, immediately, there's the pepper too. The second time around, that sweetness is there, but there's also a pepperiness. I don't want to, it's not like a smoky peat smoke. It's much more like when you think of like a Talisker, that pepperiness that you get out of a Talisker. A little bit of salt as well. So a lot happening in this. Fairly good. I can definitely see why this is getting a growing appreciation. Quite an interesting dram. If I had to compare it to anything, you know, like I said, it's got a couple things that I'm picking up. The saltiness of kind of like an old Pulteney or a Talisker, but not with the peat smoke. The nose has that kind of very nice, pleasant floral note to it. It has that pleasant apple kind of pear note that you get from some Space Outers, like I said, especially kind of like Libet. But definitely has some complexity and some depth to it. We'll give this one more drink. Really full on the mouthfeel. The sherry influence is not heavy in this. So when I think of other 12-year-olds, like, you know, for example, like a Highland Park or something, that kind of soft richiness, this is a little edgier. It doesn't have that overpowering fruitiness. Everything's kind of complementary. And wow, in that finish. It is a little bit short, but mint is still there, and that chocolate is really starting to assert itself more. This is an interesting bottle for sure. So take one more look at this. So Glenallachie 12, you can find in the US anywhere from about $45 to $60. So, you know, comparable range for a 12-year-old, maybe a little bit on the pricier side, but the fact that it's coming in at 46%, non-chill filtered, natural color, it's kind of a craft, classic presentation of how most Scotch used to be presented. And you can definitely appreciate it for that. As far as the score goes, on my scale, I would put this, for my palate, I would put this at about a 3, I think 3 out of 5, which would be, I would recommend grabbing a bottle of this at a good price, or at least trying it. I don't think this is going to be the kind of Scotch that everybody will enjoy. It definitely has a uniqueness. It's a little edgy. Like I said, it's got a lot of different kind of unique flavors happening in it, and it is a bit drying. So this may not please everybody, but if you're interested in giving a new 12-year-old Scotch a try, that's going to challenge you a little bit and give you a lot to explore, I'm definitely going to enjoy looking more into this over the course of the coming months. Do check out the Glenallachie 12-year-old. Cool, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this is helpful in your thinking about the next bottle you buy. And I'll catch you next time here in Rabbit and Red Reviews. Sláinte.